welcome back to my channel. My name is Esther Njao. Karibuni sana tena. I'm so humbled by your presence. I'm so grateful for those of you who subscribe to my channel. I don't have words to express my gratitude. I just say thank you and God bless you so much. Today is gonna be awesome. Those of you who have not subscribed, kindly do so. Hit the notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a video. Today I had Facebook page. We'll be having the topic of our discussion this week, and it's the power of silence. I hope you're going to enjoy this, and I hope you're going to learn from my experience. Today I'll be giving you stories. I told you I'll be throwing in some stories, some testimonies, so today is the day. Karibuni. I'll be giving you personal experiences or maybe testimonies of how I've overcome some things and how I've learned from the things I've done, so maybe you cannot make the same mistake again. And today is that day that I'm going to be giving you two of my experiences or maybe two of my testimonies that I feel like you can learn from them. So story number one. This particular moment, I had just finished my discipleship class. And now I was ready to, I felt like I'm ready to face any giant that comes my way, because I got born again. And I got born again in 2014. But let me tell you something. I used to be a miserable believer. I hated everything about Christianity. I just hated everything because I didn't know how to handle all these things. I didn't have that excitement, my expectation. But one thing that I did is that no one forced me to do this. That was the thing that kept me together. You made this choice, and looking back, where I was coming from was worse than now the decision I had made. So I decided, let me try this, and let me just God help me on how to do this, and let's see how it's going to take me. So there's this when I gave my life to Christ, I thought hakuna shida sasa tena, si now I'm a child of God, and now I've said you are my personal savior and everything. Now I belong to God. See, God is love and God provides and all those things. So I thought now there's no any problem. But shock on me. Things turned out to be so crazy. Things happened. Nothing in my life, and I mean nothing. Nothing was working out. Not my marriage, not my finances, not my job, nothing. Everything just went haywire. Nothing was working. And I remember I sat down and I told God, because let me tell you something about me then. I didn't know how to pray. I just knew, Father, all those simple prayers. I didn't know how to fight back. I didn't know how to speak back to the enemy. I didn't know how to handle each situation based on the word of God. I didn't know all those things. Nobody had prepared me for that. And so I was alone I just used to go to church, come back. I never went into a department where I can be taught, after now discipleship class we were taught, and I just left. I didn't continue trying to know things. I just thought it's just me and God, and there's the Bible. I just read the Bible and that's all. I go to church on Sunday and everything is okay. But let me tell you something. Everything messed up. My relationship, my finances, my business, nothing was working out. The only thing that probably I can say that was left is my health. Nothing else was working out. So I remember, now that I didn't know how to pray, I used to call God God, I need to talk to you. We need to have a conversation. We need to discuss this thing. So I remember this particular moment I called God and I told God, welcome. Let us discuss this thing. And I remember the exact words I told him. I thought when I got born again, these things are not going to happen to me. I thought my marriage is going to be okay. I thought my finances are going to the next level. I'm not going to remain the same place I used to be. I thought everything is going to work out. Now I need you to explain to me what all this thing is all about. And I remember God telling me to stay silent. He's working on me. He's working on my case. Because I woke up that morning and the word silence kept ringing in my head. After now I had told God what is happening in my life. And I remember He told me to stay silent as He works on me. So I remember I asked, is silence a weapon? What is silence? What do you mean I should stay silent as you work? I think I should be doing, because there was someone who was really irritating me, and I felt like this, I need a machine gun, not silence. I need a machine gun. I need to shoot this thing out, and now we can discuss after I take them out. And I remember I said, you know what? I'll give you a chance. But let me tell you something. I'm only going to give you 2 days. If nothing works out, I'll handle this thing my way. And I stayed day 1. I was observing. You see the way you observe things, like it's like you're watching milk from your cooker so that it cannot pour. I'm watching, what is he doing today? Day 1, nothing. I went to God, you have 1 more day. Day 2, nothing. And I remember that evening, and I sat down, I told God, God, do you need some help? Because I felt like He's not doing anything. So, can I help you out? Because I know how I'm going to help you out. I know what to do. It's just that you told me to stay silent. And I said, that day I said, you know what? Relax. And I was telling God, relax. Let me show you how to do this thing. Let me teach you some techniques. Maybe you have never heard of them. I got something to teach you. And I did things. I'm bad. Looking back, I was dangerous. So I did things that I was like, whoa, things messed up big time, Let me tell you something. It got worse 50 times, 50. Like, I was so miserable, like nothing. Now everything, even the little that had hope, you see the hope, the cafe you had, like the mustard seed, no, it was no more. I had messed up everything. And I remember that particular day in the evening, after now 3 days now after everything had messed up, I was in town, I was coming home, and I was along Luthuli Avenue, if I'm not wrong. So I'm coming down, I'm trying to go home, and I'm crying. Like, I'm crying in the middle of the street. I'm crying, but nobody could see because of my specs. So you couldn't see I'm crying, but I was crying when I'm walking. So I remember I went home, went to my, it was 3 p.m. I remember very well. Yeah, I just left and went home. And I remember sitting in my bedroom. I didn't sit. I went and I started singing. I knelt down in my bedroom, I remember, and I started singing this song. I'm coming back to the heart of worship, and it's all about you, and it's all about you, Jesus. I'm sorry, Lord, for the man. That song I kept singing on that song, because all I was doing is that I was telling God that I'm sorry, I tried to do things my way. I apologize, and I'm just letting you take the wheel. I'm letting you just do whatever you have to do, because my way is not working. So the same word that kept ringing in my mind to stay silent is the same word God gave me. Like, stay silent as I work on whatever that is bothering you, as I work on your marriage, as I work on your finances. Do you know that especially for ladies, when your marriage is not working, nothing in your life seems to work. Like, your mind is like, no matter how much money you have, and your marriage is not working, your mind is like not fixed. You feel like something is not so now you can imagine, my marriage is not working and my finances are not working, nothing. And let me tell you something, by this time, in that particular moment, I was expecting my firstborn son. So you can imagine all those things, and I'm pregnant. So, and I remember I just cried. I told God, you know what, I'm going to stay silent. Just do whatever you have to do, but assure me of one thing, that you're going to give me peace even as you work on whatever you're working on. Just give me peace, because without peace I cannot do this thing. I just can't. Just give me peace. And I remember I just slept. After I prayed and I cried for 1 hour while I was singing that song. I remember I just slept, and after I woke up, I was at peace with myself. I felt like something had been removed out of my heart, like something like I can't explain. I can't explain what happened. So I remember after some times, I couldn't tell what was happening, but that particular moment, I started studying the life of Jesus. Remember, I was not reading the Bible. I was just a believer who was like, niliokoka misa ni hivo, itambe kiendanga. But then again, that's when I started reading the Bible. You understand? So I started studying the life of Jesus. And I remember every time Jesus would perform a miracle, he would tell the involved party, you should stay silent, or maybe don't tell this to anyone. Go and show yourself to the priest, or don't tell people what had happened. You understand? I'll link the Bible verses down below so you can read them for yourself. Maybe your interpretation will be different, but I'll link them down below. The Bible verses every Bible verse that I'm going to quote, I'll link it down below. So I studied and I remembered God telling me to stay silent, and now Jesus is telling people not to say what had happened. So I joined the dots, and I started saying that. I started realizing that I had been exposing myself too much. I had been saying things. I had been talking too much. I had been saying a lot of things to the wrong people, to exposing my marriage, exposing my unborn baby, exposing everything. And by so doing, I was giving devil access to attack me. Do you understand? Let me tell you something. The devil has no power to read your mind. That one you should know. He has no power to read your mind. And the only way he attacks you is when it's way too much, and you give that, by the so doing, you give the devil access to attack you. You understand what I'm saying? So I felt like after now, I had realized now I have learned the life of Jesus. I started refreshing my mind and asking myself where I had gone wrong, and I started to make things right. And I minimized my number of friends. Minimized, because I never wanted to. You know, the moment you're with so many people, you don't know who you told what, you don't know who you told what. So I minimized the number of friends that I had, and by so doing, I found that I'm not talking too much and I'm not exposing myself too much. And I could tell. Maybe you see the way you hear something about you. So if I hear something about me, I could tell who said that, because I know it's only one person or two that I told, maybe one. I minimized it to one. I remember very well. And so after I did that, things started to fall into place. And I was in my 20s. Before I go on, if you are if you're in your 20s, come up. This is for you. Karibia kwa mic kwa camera. Now, not everybody is your friend. And especially those young mothers. You're pregnant and you're telling every human being that has ears, I'm pregnant, I am 2 weeks pregnant, I am 1 day pregnant. You're exposing everything. Shut up. Pray for that baby. Pregnancy is not a secret. It will show, baby girl. It is going to show. So stop exposing your unborn babies to God knows what types of demons you're exposing that baby to. Prayer cover your baby. And another thing, if you're not ready to fight for something, don't expose it. Be it your children, be it your husband, be it your wife, be it your finances, be it your home, whatever it is. If you're not ready to fight for that thing, and by fighting, I mean fighting, because we are living in people are so evil nowadays. If you're not ready, if you're not ready to cover that whatever you want to expose, kindly don't expose it. Just let it be between you and God, and close people that you can trust. I'm sure by the time you hit 30, there are people you don't even need to explain yourself to. So that was story number 1 on how God dealt with me, told me to stay silent as he worked on me. And that's how that weapon of silence began to sink in me. And I remember the second time we were at our shop, at our workplace now. So it was around 3-4, and we were just seated there. We were the 3 of us, me and my 2 colleagues, and this guy came and he started to insult us. insulted us so bad. We did, you know, the way you know you've done wrong to someone, so they can come and insult you and you're trying to fight back. At this particular moment, actually, he's not of our age, like he's older. So he came and threw words. They were any bitter words, things that do not concern us, huh? And I remember one of our colleagues, she just walked out and like she left. So we were left, me and my other colleague. And I remember when he was done, he spoke bitter words. I was inside me, I was feeling like, hey, this guy, I need to speak back to him like yesterday. But the word silence kept on ringing in my head, and I just stayed silent. Now my colleague, because my colleague knows me, I don't take nonsense. I don't entertain those things. After he left, he looked at me like, Esther, uko sawa? And I'm like, kwa nini? Why didn't you talk back? Kwa nini umegojea tutukane hivyo ukiwa hapa? And I'm like, I don't know. Me too, I don't know. So after he left, I went to the washrooms and I told God, I don't know what you're doing in me, but I'm so liking what you're doing. Keep on doing whatever you're doing, because I didn't believe it was me who stayed silent as someone threw words on me like that. Believe me, I didn't say anything. I was shocked, but I think I told God I'm so grateful for the person he has made me to be, because I felt like that's a milestone. You understand? That's a milestone. And I'm not saying, let me tell you something, by staying silent, I don't mean like you should entertain all sort of things that are thrown in your way. No, that's not my point. I'm saying just know when to speak, when not to speak, because there are things you need to tell. You need to shh. Let me give you a piece of my mind, huh? But then the silent thing, sometimes it makes you like, it won't bother you that much. It won't bother you. Just let him go. But I remember I told God, anytime you tell me to stay silent, I need you to give me peace. Because without peace, it can't work for me. Because I'm a talkative person. I can talk. I just am a talkative person. So this silent thing, you need to give me peace as you do whatever you're doing in my life. And I'm so grateful. Like now I can say I'm on my journey. I'm not done. Like I'm not perfect. But I can say God is great. He has done it for me, and I believe He's going to do the same for you. So I believe I want you to be encouraged today. I want you to know that silence is a weapon. Because let me tell you something. I said earlier that the devil cannot read your mind unless you decide to open your mouth and speak and give him access, give him weapons to fight you. He has no power to read your mind. Be encouraged today, and I'm letting you know this. That don't give access to the enemy. Don't give access to the enemy. There are battles you don't need to fight. There are issues you don't need to handle. But just stay silent. I know things are tough. I know that people can do anything just to hurt your feelings. But sometimes the best person to talk to, just go to your room and just talk to God. I don't fear people like talking about me, but I fear a person who reports me to God. Like, let me just go and pray. It is so dangerous. You should fear a person who talks to God, who reports you to God, by the way, who stays silent and reports you to God. Like, that's a dangerous person. So I hope you're going to be transformed today. Don't go speaking out things that should not be exposed. Don't go exposing your children. Go to dangers that you could have just stayed silent. Don't go exposing your marriage. Don't go exposing. Don't expose yourself. Don't expose your finances. Don't expose your home. Whatever you're doing, just stay silent. I hope God is going to teach you how to work on your silence. I hope you're going to be transformed. I love you so much. Thanks so much for subscribing to my channel. I don't take it lightly. I say santeni sana. For those of you who have not subscribed, kindly do so. Subscribe. Make sure you like, you share this video with someone you know it's gonna be of help. And I hope it's going to help you, because it's a journey I've walked, and I know for sure that silence is a powerful weapon. Be transformed today, and may God bless you so much. I'll see you next week. God bless you so much. Bye.